Another funny thing from our good friends at Fox News again. You know, we always talk about crime. They always talk about, you know, the Democrats are causing crime to go up and all that good stuff, right? Well, you know, every time you give Fox News the truth, they go into a tizzy fit. I want you to check this other one out because this one was funny as hell as well. And let's hope it works.
And I also think we have to look at crime in a really important, inquisitive, and civil way. If you look at counties and cities and states, crime is higher in red and Republican states more than it is in liberal cities.
I'm sorry.
Blue cities, crime is going up rampantly. So you can talk about red states, but let's talk about where the crime is happening.
Jacksonville is the murder capital of Florida.
Can I just address this from an actual factual point, not a deflection?
That was almost a useful conversation. Fox doesn't like to acknowledge inconvenient facts like that. Red states on average tend to have more crime. That's simply indisputable. They don't like to talk about that, but yet it does occasionally crop up. You saw there a woman trying to point out, look, we can talk about Chicago or whatever, but let's be clear, these red states and red cities, she tried to list them but was shouted over, actually have more crime, and they melted down. They could not accept the destruction of their narrative. Now, that doesn't mean that like the crime is specifically because of conservative ideology, but I don't know, that maybe there's something there that we could dive into. We could figure it out.
And you know what? I don't like that statement that he said, you know, because we can empirically figure it out. And how do we empirically figure it out? You have more guns, you have more shootings. Let me tell you, here in Houston, right? Or near North Houston, a woman gets out of her car, she gets into an altercation, the other person is driving off, she takes out her gun and she starts firing at the car. So that is the reality. The real crime is higher in red states. All the things that you find about crime. Lee Grant. So using the thing like them cities, DAs would rather not prosecute is not the answer. Check it out. It's actually in rural areas where, you know, I've got my gun and I'm drinking my liquor and all that stuff and I blow somebody up or shoot somebody down. And we also know the data is skewed because, you know, if somebody gets popped with a cap, the sheriff in the little town might say, hey, just go to the hospital and kind of blew it off. You know, it's not like in the middle of the ghetto where there are a lot of POCs, something goes down, you go into jail, you get a record. Here in Kingwood, our kids don't get records. They need not present themselves to the system. The FBI doesn't even count that some occurrence occurred. You guys have to remember, BS in, BS out. That's why I always tell you, be careful with what you're reading and understand how the data gets where the data gets. So as far as you're concerned, Lee Grant, crime rates higher in red states because all the things that occur in red states are conducive to higher crime. Poverty, higher crime. Less education, higher crime. More guns, higher crime. I mean, it's not at all inconceivable that it is endemic to red states why there's high crime, okay? That's all. I mean, all the factors that we've talked about that creates crimes are more prevalent in red states. Poverty, education, guns. What does that breed? Crime, and crime. Not magic, Lee Grant. What occurs in red states are large blue cities. Okay, I'm glad you actually made that analogy because you're actually correct, Brother Grant. In large urban areas where you have poverty, lack of education, and guns provided by a sector. And what do you get? High crime rates. So we are in agreement, Brother Grant. Again, education, poverty, and guns. Crime. And we have to add drugs into that. What's more prevalent in red states than blue states are those three factors. Do remember, the blue states are in fact supporting the red states because they are poor. And they're poor because of policy. It's that simple. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.